Hi guys, welcome to my Monday IEM series, and as usual all the necessary links in the video description and my test system setup details also in the video description. If I will forget anything during the review, I will add that to the text in the video description as well. So if you have any questions after watching the video, check if the answers may already be there. A few weeks ago, I was reviewing KBEar Mirage, a translucent, colorful set of IEMs that somehow made me think of unicorns, but I liked the sound signature. And today we have a real looker here, KBEar Tourbillion Pro, or TB Pro in short. Earlier it was $99, but now you can get them for $59. That's unless the prices will change, and the looks is inspired by the mechanical clocks and the marketing materials on all selling stores, marketing materials on all web portals that are selling those guys are stating that this is to point to the precision in the sound that TB Pro brings to the table. As I have a lot of balanced 0.78 pin cables, I went for USB-C version this time, as it comes with Sabre 9280 digital to analog converter hiding inside this cable. And this DAC alone would be a significant part of the price. So let's start with some data. Those guys inside have 10mm dynamic drivers that are coated with DLC, that's diamond-like carbon coating, that should result in excellent resolution. The impedance is stated as 19 ohms, and the sensitivity is specified as 100 decibels. Frequency range is anything between 20 Hz and 20 kHz, and as I've said, the cable has as Sabre 9280 digital to analog converter, and as you can see, this is a standard 0.78 pin connector cable with gold-plated plugs. So that's not all that we are getting in a box. As you can see, we are getting super nice carrying case, and we also get a very interesting set of tips. I'm not sure if you can see that, but those white tips have a strange shape. They are not similar to the ones that are found on a regular basis in the headphones. The bore is wide, and the tip of the silicone has a slightly different shape. We also get a set of standard black silicones, like those that are found on the headphones when you open the box. You do get a microfiber cloth for cleaning them, because they are real fingerprint magnets, and I don't remember when was the last time I got cleaning brush in the headphones accessories. So this is a really nice set of accessories, and I really like this fox skin carrying carrying case for the headphones. Okay, when it comes to the cable, this guy is supposed to be silver plated inside, and as you can see, it has a very nice bright on the outside. The headphones have a very nice and good looking, actually very high quality metal chassis. We look at the precision of this build. This is really nice, and they really look very good. They are also quite small, so they will be comfortable in the small ears, and they were also not falling out of my quite large tips. Actually, the fit was perfect, and I was immediately forgetting that I am wearing them. Inside of the nozzle, as you can see, we have a white mesh, a very fine white mesh that protects the driver from any gunk that may be coming from your ears. One more thing about the cable. The cable loops seem to be a little too wide, and let me show what I mean by that. Let's use the left one, and let's use the left headphone, yeah, like that. And as you can see, the connector and the loop are going too much forward. So when you'll be placing this around your ear will be going like this, and this will be sticking forward too much. This can be easily fixed with a hairdryer, because those shaping part here is heat sensitive, so you can just heat it up and shape it like that. When it will be shaped like that, it will be shorter and it will fit your ears a little better, as it was with mine. Okay, now the most important thing about those guys is the sound quality. So the bass. These are not for bass heads. The bass doesn't have the rumble, though it does go quite low, but there is no power, no grunt in the lowest notes. So as long as if you are focused, you will hear that the notes go low, you will lack that hit in the chest from clear, powerful bass. The mid bass is here, it doesn't bleed into the mid-range, and it makes TB Pro sound warm. Not a little warm, but basically warm. But this is something to be expected, those guys are being sold as warm headphones. Mid-range. TB Pro is focused on mid-range, and I would say they have reversed U tuning that emphasize mid-range and vocals, and lowers treble and lowers the bass. Voices are quite okay, though they lack some transparency because of the treble. But more on that later. The lack of shine will mask some of the fine details in the mid-range too. That's unfortunate. Treble. There is no way around it. Treble rolls off quite quickly, so there is little sparkle and air. These guys are very smooth and there is no sibilance, but this is a result of the tuning that drops treble very early. I was trying to add treble with EQ, but the results were limited and I couldn't get them where I wanted them to be. So if you will see the reviews stating that those guys have a mature, unobtrusive, relaxed tuning, this basically means that they are rolling off very early. By the way, I absolutely love the looks. So let's talk about the technicalities and let's talk about the resolution of those guys. Resolution is okay for the price, but that treble and transparency problems mean that you have to hunt for small things in your tracks. This means that they do not sound analytical. That's a positive side effect, but I really would prefer easier access to small nuances in my music. Scene and imaging. To my ears, the soundstage is rather flat without much depth, but adequate left and right positioning. Center image is centered, but without clearly defined boundaries. And the same happens with other instruments on the stage. They do not overlap, but there is not much air between them either. So all in all, it's fine for the price, I guess. Could be better, but the first thing I would love to have better here is the treble and resolution. And that leads us to my summary. TB Pro seems to have super safe, unobtrusive tuning. Safe to the point where it loses some transparency and clarity. And honestly, I am not a fan of the reversed U shape tuning. To my ears, there is little bass and too little sparkle, air, and clarity. The build is really good. I absolutely love the build, and I had so much hope for them to sound good. With that kind of build, they should sound amazing. So the build is really good. I like the cable, I like the cyber-based DAC, but I guess TB Pro is just not targeted towards guys like me. There was a point in time when I thought that the reason of the problems is the cable, is the tuning of the digital to analog converter here. So I've checked that with other set of IEMs, and I've also checked TB Pro with other cables, with balanced cables. And it didn't help. Basically, the cable is fine. Actually, it's very fine because the sound that the Saber DAC inside of the plug creates is very open, airy, transparent, and this is basically a very good cable. But those guys are tuned in a way that's not my cup of tea. So I hope this little video helped you in some way and that you liked it. Thanks for watching this guy, and have a great Monday with your music. And see you next time. Bye, guys.